Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this is going to be a unique video in my Battle with Beelzebub series, Phase 2. And Phase 2, of course, is denoted by the fact that I have a small container of cat food cans that I am scooped up out of one of the most cat food can intense places in my house. And those have gone into a container for recycling. Now, as I say, I explain this in every video, Beelzebub is the Lord of the Flies. I had a fly infestation. And why did I have a fly infestation? Because I was injured, depressed, and couldn't take care of myself. Now I am on medication and I have recovered, although I spent 5 days in the hospital. So I was cleaning up my house beforehand. I took care of the flies. I don't want them to return. I need a clean house. And for some reason, my subscribers absolutely love these videos. Incidentally, however, I still have a paralyzed thumb. It will still be some time before this is good. But anyway, so here I'm going to take care of my wound care equipment. And so the first step here would be to sterilize my working desk, because I'm working with things that are sensitive to bacteria. Okay, here we are. This is a 24-hour germ killer. Spray both of my hands for that matter. All right. Yes, I am using a Christmas dish towel here. Alright, so this is one of the 2 packages of wound care I got from the hospital. And you might say, well, your wound is not bleeding anymore. Why don't you just throw all this stuff out? Because there's a good amount of stuff in here. It was wrapped like this in order to protect it. And the answer to that is, well, I'm a diabetic. And it's very likely that I'm going to need wound care in the future. Okay? So, when you're cleaning and decluttering, someone might say, well, you could just buy this stuff again. And that's true. But the foolish declutterer removes more things than they need to. It's possible, like, for example, if my neighbor's dog gets hit by a car, I might need this sterile gauze. I could fall over, have a deep cut. Putting a pressure bandage on it would be very useful. That's what this stuff is for. It's particularly for larger wounds than I tend to have, but I'd rather have this and not need it than need it and not have it. And the time to declutter your house is when the amount of things you should keep in your house is the amount of things that fit. Okay? You will just buy more crap if you have more things than fit. So that's the point. Okay, you're not a hoarder unless you're buying more things than fit. So for the moment, this is stuff that should be preserved because it is useful, it may be necessary, and that's just what's going on. So to keep it clean and dry and fly free and whatever have you, plastic Ziploc bags. These are freezer bags, which have a stronger seal to them. And it's just, you put them in here. It's highly likely that they're going to be just fine next time you need them, regardless of what happens. So, I mean, this blue This blue material is a paper blanket, and it's sometimes used in, okay, so see, there I am dropping things. Fit in there. All right. So you can see there's a piece of there's a roll of tape in here with the gauze. I don't think I have enough rolls of tape. Maybe I should get rid of a few. Like, this is loose, that's garbage. Again, I really should be doing this on a nice big table. Anyway, so these pads are for more traumatic wounds. It's very unlikely that I'd use them, but I mean, you never know when you're going to need this kind of stuff. So the fact that I have it means that I should not just toss it about. It should be kept in an environment where it's like, if you put this, say I store this in the bathroom, well, that's a wet environment, okay? Water vapor can get on it. So you don't want water vapor getting all over your medical wraps. Okay, but still, I've always kept a med kit in the bathroom, so all right. I may wind up needing to throw out some of these because I seem to have a lot of them. I mean, this is the largest gauze you can pretty much get, so far as I'm aware. Like I say, things are already falling all over the place. But yeah, medical tools in general, it's like you're going to keep your medication in one of two places. Either one, the bathroom, or two, the kitchen. Okay, wherever you keep your medication, it should be where children cannot get a hold of it. I'm going to put these in here. I'm pretty sure they're going to fit. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to toss these out. I mean, I have a lot of these already. I mean, it's one thing if it's a need and not have, but it's another thing if it's just way too much junk. And this blanket thing goes in the trash. Okay, now, I'm not done. Have a whole other thing of these. It's another blue blanket here. Okay. And again, we have some gauze, some wound pads. The likelihood of a major injury is small, but, you know, it's like I've dealt with them in the past. Alright. I mean, they're not sterile, so, or they're not sterile if you keep handing them off, so, like, you could imagine this being donated to something, but not if they're loose like this. Again, I just have too much stuff. So yeah, I mean, I still have some wound flush floating around in here, and it's all going to have to get transferred to a different location, because this is not where I keep my wound care. This is my studio. But, you know, it's like, just consider the fact that, for example, when they were in that blue blanket thing, if they got on the ground, if my cat peed on them, whatever have you, they'd basically be useless. Now they're in plastic bags, so they're safe, and I can probably put them in a larger container that is waterproof or water resistant, and that would be safe as well. So yeah, I have other things associated with wound care in this room, so I might make up yet another one of these bags sometime in the future, but this is one of those things, okay, when you're me, you know, when you're the kind of person that has had this type of a problem, you want to keep things secure. You know, a lot of the things I store are in clear plastic boxes, and those clear plastic boxes prevent them from being damaged. So that's just one of those things. Yes, I have a hoarding problem, so, I mean, my instincts tell me, don't throw out that gauze. Now it's in the trash can. It's useless. It cannot be recovered, because once it's in the trash can, it's no longer sterile. But this stuff here, yeah, part of me says you should really throw this out. And part of me says, no, you might need it. You have a medical condition. It's one of those things. But the question being, what's it going to look like when my house is cleaned up? Am I going to have a secure place? Can I keep this in the bathroom? Can I keep this in the hall closet? If I don't have a place for it, I need to get rid of it. But if I do have a place for it, then I shouldn't. Keep as much stuff as you have room for. When you fill up, when you buy something new, throw something out. That's simple. I mean, you know, even that chick that's like, yeah, you know, I'm an expert on decluttering. I go to people's houses and I help them declutter their lives. Okay, yeah. She would have me throw out basically everything I own. But now that she has children, she has clutter. So, that's life. Anyway, I'm Richard.
Background courtesy of Photographs of a Mad Richard. Link in the description.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if all is going well, I should be surrounded by a horde of flies. They're not actually in the room with me, but they are flies that did actually live in my house and are now long dead. I used a combination of fly traps like this one, you can see it's covered in them, and actually cleaning up to get rid of them. It was a dark moment in my life. A life full of dark moments. With the grace and stealth of a ninja, Danger Ducky says you should be hitting that like button. Then leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already, because this channel is awesome and Danger Ducky will find you if you don't.